Don't have to say.
Welcome back, guys, to the Star Wars with Daddies. As you can see, Afton has turned to a female. How you doing today, Afton?
Doing pretty good.
What the hell? You think he sounds like that?
No. Doing pretty good.
So yeah, Afton's gone, and today we're gonna have Grace, my fiance, step in today.
Your what?
Girlfriend. Fine. Homie. Wife. Okay, wife stepping in. Last week was a little bit too quick, too slow, so spice it up. We'll add a feminist point of view. All right. So, do you want me to hit Bad Batch first, or do you want to talk about Mandalorian?
Bad Batch, probably.
Okay. So we had a finale for Bad Batch, and I'm gonna just say it delivered. It did way better, at least my point of view, in actually giving us a cliffhanger for a ending of the season, because season 1's finale wasn't all that great. It was a little bit it was highly anticipated, and it kind of underdelivered. This one did very well. I don't know when season 3 is supposed to come out. I mean, I'm assuming it's confirmed at this point, but it's a great series. I did do a review of the whole series, just talking about it. So that's going to be out tomorrow-ish. So look out for that if you want to see the whole thing. But as just for the finale, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, both of them. Very good episodes. I was a big fan of it. Tech's death was very saddening. It was a very good scene, very well done. I mean, it's not good in the fact that he died, but it was well done that, even made me tear up a little bit. It was a very emotional scene. The work of operations for Rex and Echo's work of operations in general was really cool to see. Crosshair pretty much fully turned to, the good, to the, back to the Bad Batch. Just all these different arcs kind of coming full circle is really cool to see. So it was a great finale, two episodes. So, but each one, I mean, it was pretty much one big episode. They correlated with each other completely, and it was a good finale. I know you didn't watch this series, Grace, so we won't really even bother about that. But it's definitely a series I recommend. The finale is great. Finales, probably, the finale arc is probably one of the best arcs in all the Bad Batch in general. So definitely recommend that. But yeah, like I said, the full review for that will be up on podcast probably Saturday or tomorrow, Friday, and then video will be out tomorrow. But right to Mandalorian. Usually, Grace, these things we do our rating. So what would you rate it out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Yep, that's about what I was thinking as well. Maybe a 7 out of 10. What are things you really liked and didn't like with it?
You go first.
Will I go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
I gotta put mine together.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I really enjoyed seeing finally Bo-Katan's, story of this season, because she's kind of been an influential character, and her story's been, we keep seeing the door to her story open, then kind of get closed, open, kind of get closed, and it's finally been opened, and we're seeing her story finally fully develop, which is good. But this kind of feels like they're going to put Mando as a back burner. Like, he's not even the main character, because he hasn't really been for the last 2 episodes, which has kind of been the more negative side of it to me. Because I do like this Bo-Katan stuff, and I don't mind it, but I feel the direction that they're going isn't going to be Mandalorian leading. So I can't necessarily make a point of view saying I don't like that they're not including Mandalorian, because they still could, but it seems that the direction they're going, they're not really going to. The arc with the pirates was interesting. It was cool. Obviously, the city people and being helpless 1 second, then all of a sudden wanting to fight back was a little corny, but it was pretty Star Wars-esque. And then the whole Mandalorian sequence, talking about if they help and they can get their own land and they don't have to live in the sewers anymore, and then coming out of the ships, it was pretty badass. It was awesome. It was a great sequence. I liked it a lot. I'm excited to see, apparently Bo-Katan is going to unite both the, sons of the Watch, children of the Watch, something like that, whatever Mandalorian's clan is, and then Bo-Katan's clan, the people we've seen her run with in previous episodes or previous seasons. So it'll be cool to see if that gets done next week. Because I will say that something I liked about this season so far is its pacing. It's been pretty fast paced for most of it, and I do enjoy that part of it. Like a lot of the problems with Star Wars is let's say they're going to do something, and it takes them the whole flipping season to get to that thing that they're going to do. Whereas this whole season of Mandalorian is they're going to do it. All right, next episode they get it done. Now they're the next thing. And I like that, and I hope they continue with that because, it leaves a lot more room with story. You don't have to beat around the bush. You get right to, the meat of it. And I like that part of it too.
Yeah. My turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I liked the very ending where, what do they call the person that makes all of their armor?
The armor?
Armor, is that what they called it? When she told Bo-Katan to take off her helmet, basically accepted her as both. I liked that a lot. That was my favorite part.
I did like that. I did kind of question what led her to all of a sudden now she believes her. What?
Because she saw how loyal she was.
Yeah, but was it she believed her, but she was just testing her the whole time? Because that seemed a little dumb. Because if you really did believe her the whole time and you were just testing her, the Mythosaur is a pretty legendary beast. There had to be something that made her all of a sudden believe her. I don't really know what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that spot.
It was good though, yeah, I agree.
And then who is the girl that they did that whole episode? Was it episode 2 or 3 on? I can't remember her name.
What girl?
The girl that we were thought to believe was good, but now she's bad.
That was with the New Republic?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3.
Yeah, well, I hope that they do more with her than just that one little bit. I'm just curious that they do a whole episode dedicated to her just to show that one part where.
I'm a little surprised you didn't really connect dots. She's obviously still kind of in ties with Moff Gideon.
Yeah, she is. I know. I'm just saying.
And now we see the Moff Gideon's escaped in the ending of this episode. That's probably where that's going to tie up.
Okay. I thought they were really doing one whole episode for that one little scene.
So I guess everyone was hoping, we had talked about Thrawn possibly coming, in which, if you haven't already, go watch the newest video talking about that. Thrawn coming to Mandalorian. But I think the last thing I was expecting was some sort of Beskar Mandalorian to be what helped Moff Gideon escape. That was...
I forgot about that part.
I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of threw me off. I don't know if I'm going to like it going forward, but as for whoa, that's not what I expected. That definitely threw me off guard. It's got me very engaged with that. I'm very interested in that because, all we've seen is the Mandalorians. They don't like Moff Gideon. He's half the reason the world was destroyed. That was very cool. And then Alone, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but Zeb, it looked like Zeb and it sounded like Zeb in the beginning sequence, whether on a Vietnam base pretty much was, I thought was hilarious. It was Vietnam music, a Vietnam Air Force base. I was like, this is pretty freaking weird, man. It was like when Star Wars started playing bass and drums as their intro for Andor. I was like, what in the hell is happening? It's kind of the same thing. Anyways, when I saw Zeb, I'm assuming it's Zeb because everyone else is freaking out on Twitter and, the community about it. I thought that was awesome. I'm super, super excited because pretty much all of the cast and characters of the Rebel series have been confirmed and casted for Ahsoka, except for Zeb. And now we're seeing him in Mandalorian. I'm super pumped. I was like, oh, that's freaking awesome. And he looked great. I have kind of said some of the problems with Mandalorian, or not Mandalorian, Star Wars in general, more recent, is their costuming has looked really cheap. Very poor. I mean, the pirate dude, you can tell his freaking beard is green funfetti from our party, right? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But Zeb I'm assuming it's just CGI, but whatever it was, they did very good. It looked great. It looked like some of the fan art I've seen of him online. It was very well done. I loved that scene. I know it wasn't very much, but as like a fan, I was like, whoa, that was crazy. That was awesome.
We were pretty excited about that.
So that was definitely really fun to see. Yeah. Anything else on The Mandalorian?
No. Got nothing.
All right. There's some other stuff in the news, but I talked about it in a video. So if you guys want to go watch that real quick. It's the Thrawn video. There are some other things. Let me get it. Let me pull it up for the stream real quick. 1 second. All right. So details on lightsabers and outfits used by villains of Star Wars, Ahsoka revealed. So right from this looks really cool. It kind of looks like Sabine Wren, which I don't know why the article is titled villains, because Ahsoka and Sabine Wren are good guys, but this guy isn't too familiar, so I'm assuming that's one of the villains. All right. Today, MakingStarWars.net is exclusively reporting exciting news details on the villains set to appear in the upcoming live-action Star Wars series, Ahsoka. According to the report, besides Grand Admiral Thrawn, the main threat of the series is a character named Baylan, played by Vikings star Ray Stevenson. Baylan is reportedly a Jedi who has lost his way following the events of Order 66. Though it is unknown what his friendship or relationship is with Thrawn at the time of the writing, Baylan reportedly dons black armor, which is remnants of that worn by samurai, something that has had large influence on the series, and uses red claymore lightsabers similar to the design of Kylo Ren's. MSW adds in scenes where Baylan is using his unique lightsaber that you can really feel the weight and power of the lightsaber. So this is kind of reports that we've heard before. I've never talked about it because there was nothing cementing it down. But if MSW, who I would say pretty reliable, are reporting on it, that's pretty cool. So basically, we know Thrawn's supposed to be a pretty influential main character of the Ahsoka series. But then we had heard that Baylan, Thrawn, and the Night Sisters are pretty much all teaming up. We didn't know who Baylan was. We just heard, a rogue Jedi.
Mm.
So that's pretty cool. I'm not too familiar with the Vikings show, so I don't know, what this guy's, body of work looks like. But it's cool to see a rogue Jedi. It's something we've kind of been missing for the last 5 years since Rise of Skywalker is Jedi and Sith, right? Besides Ahsoka, we haven't seen anything live action for Jedi and Sith. And obviously Luke. But for bare minimum for both of those characters we've seen in action. So it'll be cool that we're getting a Jedi show, Ahsoka, but then we're also getting some Sith action with this Baylan character, pretty much. And not that he's necessarily a Sith, but, a rogue Jedi is essentially a Sith, right? So I'm very interested in this. I hope that, they don't, because right now it seems fine, but I hope they don't try to make too many villains in one series. You know what I mean? It's a new series. Don't flood, with too much content, with too many antagonists. Maybe Baylan and the Night Sisters are the season 1 villain, and then they set up Thrawn's return for season 2. I don't know. But I am interested to see how this plays out. Anything on any of that article, Grace?
No, I don't know too much about that. So
About what?
That show.
It's not out yet.
I didn't even know it was coming out, though. I didn't know anything about it. Yeah.
Oh, I told you. Yeah, it's reportedly coming out like anywhere from July to November.
Oh. There's no for sure date yet?
Not yet. A lot of different things are supposed to get announced during Star Wars Celebration, the convention. So we're supposed to get 3 movies dropped. Not necessarily dates, but names, titles, directors, writers, all of that. during Star Wars Celebration, and hopefully the date of one of the movies is what the report is. And then Skeleton Crew and Ahsoka are supposed to both come out 2023. We've had those confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy, I believe. At least I know Ahsoka has. So both of those will probably be announced during Star Wars Celebration, which is, exciting. I think that's, when is that? Let me find. Let's see. The news is announced very soon. Okay. London in April. Okay.
A Monday in April?
No, it's in London in April. Early April. I'll just look it up. So we're actually pretty close to it then. I want to just get the exact date. I know it's been saying like it's coming up, but I want to, maybe it's in a week. I don't know. It is April 7th to the 10th. Oh, so almost exactly a week.
Mm-hmm.
So not this coming weekend, but next weekend. So probably Friday to Sunday is what is. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited to see that. Also just due to Star Wars Celebration is such a fun time as a YouTuber and streamer. Because you just like constant announcement and news and rumors and all of that. Just keep breaking. It's like a wet dream for a YouTuber. So it's awesome. Can't wait to, it's fun because you're like, should I make a small video for each announcement, or should I just wait till the end, but it's going to be a little bit dried up, but make just a bigger video for all? Like it's a fun time. I'm excited for it. And it'll just be cool to see what we get announced. Because right now, the only thing we have going forward, I believe, is the 4+ show, Young Jedi Adventures, coming out May 4th. Which, by the way, today we had the set leak. Because we always have a 4+ set. Last year, it was like the AT-ST, which was overpriced. This one's $40, so even more money. But the set is much bigger. So I might be doing a video on that as well. Hopefully you guys can see that too. But yeah, exciting stuff coming forward. Anything else you want to really touch up on, Grace?
No.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and podcast. If you guys are on podcast, don't forget that follow and download. And then if you're on YouTube, Grace, you want to give me an outro?
I forgot it.
Forget to subscribe and like.
Don't forget to subscribe and like.
And we'll see you in the next one.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.